Hello, this is Tigris. I will review the game from Iglo. The black player was Tesu Gbudumru and white player was Yakcyll from Canada. It's good to have the guest from the Great White North in Iglo. For now it is all Joseki. I cannot say anything about it. Here white just played the approach and black just ignored and ended the Joseki in the lower left. This is a very big to play this sequence, but probably playing in the corner should be bigger. Especially that black can probably get center from the upper right corner sequence. If we, for example, play something like that, then we probably will take center and we can end this one. But now white will have the center in the upper right corner and white can use it. In the game white did not use it for now. Generally, pushing like this will give black the territory. But we need our group to be a bit stronger. If it will not be stronger, if we just play away, then black can start with this one, and now it will be much harder to run away. So I understand why we did these pushes, but when we did, we played it away. This makes sense. This makes sense. And black played this one. White played very far away from his stones. White was not afraid, and maybe we should not be afraid, but it would be totally fine to just jump like that. It is alright. This is a bit more courageous. And the problem is that black is not really yet connected, especially this cut is very annoying. So maybe it was a bit too brave for white to play like that. Even though white got a nice shape, white is fine, then in the future this cut will be very annoying. So I think this result is alright for black. It is interesting to know if something like this can work, or if we just die as white. Let's say something like that. I think in the future it can be considered. Anyway, white played this this move there, and black was ignored, and then black played this one. And I don't think this is a very big move. White attached and touched our stone. It is very important to answer. If we play like this, it will be more or less alright for black. But if we ignore and if we let white add a move like that or some other move, then white will get a good result there. And the move at O3 is a big move, but it is not urgent. It is not touching. It is not that important for white to answer, especially if it is Hoshi. If it is Hoshi, then not answering this move, the approach is quite common. In the game, white answered, and I don't think it was necessary. We can just turn to the right corner. In the game, white played S14, and I don't think this is the common way to play in this shape. This is the one that is the most common, because after this we can go to corner, we can exchange, and if we play like this, then black will get to the side, and if we play here, then black has a choice. We can take the corner always and leave. but probably black will play like here and white can play something okay. In this sequence, we get the influence to the upper side, which is not so great, but after we add a move at g17, we can maybe create something there. So it should be right. Although now it is very tempting to play moves like this. And white played here. The other move that I would consider would be this one. I don't really know that many sequences here, but it is possible because it's not very easy to cut those stones. But with this, it is very easy to cut those stones, and black just did. And here the shape for white is not great. We have the fully cut cane. Here this is the cut, and this is the cane that is cut. And shape-wise, it is not good for white. Maybe it can be acceptable, but if we talk only about shape, it is not great. Now we need to help our stone at p16 to play like this. And I think in this sequence, black should be fine. Black can just play like this, maybe play a move like q18. Black should not be alive in the corner that easily, but at least we can get some territory and an eye there. So that should be alright. For example, this is more or less center, and then black can create a living shape. If something like that happens, then black should be satisfied. In the game, white captured this and let black take this point, so our stone here is like more or less ready to be sacrificed. And the sacrifice is complete now. It is not really good to go out with this stone. White played this Atari. It was good for black to capture. Usually we have two choices, to play like this and to capture. And if only there are any meaningful moves that can be center in the future, then it is usually better to just capture. It is better to just capture. And in this sequence, black got a lot on the upper side. White also got a lot on the right side, but taking into the account that white got one move more in this in the beginning, then it should be better for black. Now I play this one better, normal, and played the g17. I would be very tempted to add a move on the side, because after we add a move on the side, it is very hard to make an invasion, and it is a lot of points. Surely black would add something like that now. Try to get a lot of territory on the upper side, but it should be fine. I can imagine something like that. Then we can just make the black territory smaller and our territory bigger. But this is also a very big point. And I think the idea with this was not only to make the upper side smaller for black, but surely to prepare the invasion for the future. Black invaded. I think this was a bit strange. Here I would surely play like this to make black, to take black's base. Now black would have to go out. We can always try to attack the group. Here white got some solid territory in the corner, but it is easier to make a living shape for black, so it's harder to attack it. And now I play the d13 move. And generally, the most potential for black is on the upper side. So the move like this would be also alright. But I think this is better, because now we start a fight, And this fight is complicated. This is not a move that I would play that when we are ahead, because it makes this game more complicated. But there are some chances, because this group is not really strong, and also this group is not really strong. So we separate two more or less weak groups. It's a good idea to play this. If we don't play this, not only black will connect the groups, but also black will make a lot of territory there. So this would be good for black. So I understand why it was played, but now the complicated sequence arrives. Black got some stones in center, and also got this stone. And this stone is important because the white group here is not so weak. And this is the only problem with this invasion. We have, like, all the groups are safe. For example, we have this connection. Then this is great and very easy invasion. Without it, it is not so easy. This is why I said that this move makes some complications and we need to be careful. Unfortunately for white, the game is quite even, so we cannot play slack move. We need to try to find the strongest one. Okay, important thing is that we don't need to kill the black group. If our groups will be just safe, we will take a lot of territory on the left side, and as we can see, we also are taking the upper side. We got some additional points, and it will be harder to make a big territory there. So the fight would be good if only white will have some safe stones. And this is what happened. For example, black chickened out here and came back. And if white will take the stone, white should be satisfied. Now black needs to take care of his group because it is not really alive. And when he will, then white will get some points on the upper side and white should be happy. Black can connect here, but it is not as big. So in a situation like this, I would be satisfied as white. We get center, we get territory. What else do we need? In the game, white really wanted to put pressure on this group, so white played this. This is a bit strange shape, but if we play like this, then we are helping our opponent to cut us. So maybe it is not the best. Although here maybe we can cut, and this exchange is not so bad for white. Maybe. So white just did not want to make black cut his group, so white played further away from the black group. Unfortunately, black can now connect. White can also connect, but in the end, white decided to cut. If we connect, white is safe everywhere, but black can easily also go out. Not easy to capture the group now. Maybe it is even better to play this exchange, something like that, and like that. This is even better. And again, white should be satisfied. And white was not satisfied with the result. White wanted to cut. And this we need to have read. We need to read stuff like that, because if we are wrong, then it will be very bad for white. And for now, it all seems to be going well. I think when we go out like this, we are hurting our group there. So maybe it was important now to just focus on the semi with the group here. White has so many liberties that probably white will win this race, this semi, if only black not get ice. But I don't think black can get ice here. So if we play like this, it should be fine. Now we are going out, but if we go out, then our If black will go out, then he will want to attack our group. So we are making our group weaker, which is not what we want to do. This cut is not working because of this, so this is a mistake. But for now, white does not play this. And generally, it is complicated, but if we just capture those stones and we did not die here, then it is good for us, for white. So white should focus on that. Everything else is optional. For example, here. What happens here? Maybe we can just capture the two stones and black should be dead. I know the two stones are not so important because we can always capture this one. But here it should be quite simple. White should win the semi, and it is hard to kill the white group now. In the game, white played this one, which was risky because it was not helping this group or this group. Maybe white just thought that black is dead anyway, so it is better to play like this because it is safer. But now it became complicated. Because the semi is not so easy. We lost some liberties for this group. And there will be some problems that we will see in a moment. For example, this cut may not be necessary, I would say, because the group of black is safe anyway. One group is safe and the other is also safe. Very complicated position, but now it is a bit of a problem because we need to take care of this group, and if we don't do anything, we lose the semi. If we play like this, then black can play here and there, and I think the semi is not it is not good for black anymore. Even if we play like this, black should be able to play here and sacrifice the one stone like that. So it is still good for black. So white played here, and now it was a good time to play here and win the game. Now black can win the game easy. White black played here, and the only chance for white to win is to get this. So first we make this exchange. The idea is that even if black will cut off, then this group have some chances to leave. And now black cuts off. If black will kill this group and this group, maybe it should be enough, but it is very close. So now we need to read very carefully. This is the moment. If we have any time left, we need to use it. If we want to rescue the stones or not, this is the point of the decision. It is very important to see where we have the decision to make. It was the same with the move at d13. This was the moment to make a decision. We either invade or play on the upper side. And here is the same. We either try to save the groups, one of the group, or just leave it and leave it to die. Assuming that we capture this, we have a lot of territory. And I think the game is even if we try to just sacrifice. So maybe it was better to just play like this and see what black will do. Maybe black will be too focused on capturing the groups and will play some not very strong moves, not very quick moves. In the game, white tried to go out. And it seems to be hard to go out with this group. As we can see, in the end, black captured the 4 stones, and soon he can capture also these stones. And white stones have nowhere to escape, so the situation seems to be hopeless. Here we don't really need this move because white will not get eyes there. We can add a move here or even capture here to be sure that we are safe. And I think this was the second moment for black to win the game, because if we do like this, then not only we capture the white groups, but also we capture more than we had in the beginning, and now it should be good for black. In the game, black played there, and suddenly it became a bit complicated. White's connector, black had to answer. White is trying very hard to get something, and in the end, we were able to get something with this cut. Black had to come back, and now we captured the left side. So the game is again over. I think black could have prevented this situation by just capturing, because it is not possible to connect this group and this group, and it is also not very easy to kill this one. Let's say white will try to kill, then we connect. If white will disconnect, then maybe we will get some we can always capture this stone, these stones. So it is not really possible to capture and black should win. Unfortunately for black missed this opportunity and died. So the game ended. Very complicated position, and in this position both players have had many chances to just win the game. But we need to remember that white started this complicated fight, and I think this was a good decision to start this fight, because the game was quite even and we cannot play a slack move. We have to start the fight, but then anything can happen in this game. Anyway, let's sum up. This was a bit too ambitious, I would say. It is more important to add a move here than to answer in the upper right. Mostly this is the case because white played the touching move. And with the touching move, it is very important to answer it. If we add another move for white, then we completely shut off the black stone. Here this is not the usual way, this is the usual way. There are some possibilities, other possibilities, but they are giving more or less the same. White will get the influence and black will get the corner. And this is the most important moment of the game, and it is good to recognize that this is the moment to make a decision. And how we can recognize it? Because we have two different ways of play. And one is safe, playing on the upper side, taking the territory away from black, taking the potential away from black, and getting some additional territory. This is the safe way, because there is no fight, or we can start a big fight. And this fight is a bit risky because we have the weak group. If we don't have the weak group, this is just a good move. But if we have the weak group, this is just a complicated fight. I decided to start it. I think it was a good decision, but still it is very complicated. And again, the other way to recognized that we have the decision to make when we have some, we have a way to simplify stuff. If we have a way to simplify the situation, we should always consider it. If this position seems to be good for white, then we should take it. Now it is very simple. White is strong everywhere, and we can see that black should also be fine. So both players have strong groups, and now we can think if it is good for one player or the other. And I think this should be good for white also. So probably it was good to simplify. In the game we did not simplify at all. Now even here we did not connect, but try to disconnect. And I think the fight is generally good for white, because in this case we captured the black stones. But we need to be very careful. If we don't have this read out very well, then it is possible that our opponent will trick us. This will be a problem. And in the game, white almost got tricked. Very close. But like 15 moves later, the game ended in white's favor. Okay, this would be all from me. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.